Ladies, Scott Jerry here. Welcome to this video. I wanted to jump in and give you some mindset training today and talk about not only about that, but also about what's going to happen in the near future inside the group. And I wanted to give you some perspective today. And obviously, one of the things that we face on a daily basis is seeing people patterns, and people behavior. And one of the things that got it is resonating not only with my program, but obviously, as you know, I like to be very transparent with this. I like I am in several mastermind myself, both for mindset, for business, for to get always innovations around things. And obviously, just see the two people are here. So like, let me know who you are. If you're watching live, let me know live. If you're watching a replay, let me know that you are seeing a replay. And it's kind of cool, the lighting that we have today, because believe it or not, this is natural. Like the outside is just the sun is going down and creates all this cool, weird lighting, different than normal. Okay, so the pattern that we see in pretty much the whole industry, bar none, is like that no matter what people do, they will tend to fail or succeed, not based on the intervention. And obviously, we're very vocal on why this program and what we do works really well for ladies over 40s, because unlike much of the other programs, we target the fact that we treat the people like people of their age with everything that might mean to an extent, meaning like we treat your metabolism like it's in your 40, not in your 20. We get you to create a flexible approach. We get you to introduce a lot of flexible nutritional approach versus the industry is basically restricting yourself. And obviously, we teach you how to keep off the weight that you or keep these changes that you do for the rest of your life. Again, unlike 90% of programs, which they just teach you why you should lose weight, and then they don't teach you how to keep it off, because on the first place, you should not have lost the weight. You should have changed your body and your mindset and your habits and your body composition and your metabolic profile, right? We just did a master class that teaches you that if you just lose weight versus changing your body composition, that might be very counterproductive, right? And yet the industry is predicating the fact that you should lose weight, and if you don't lose weight, then you're failing. Okay, so with this being said, this takes me to what is going to happen in a little bit, in probably in about 10 days from now, which I'm going to start posting about in the group the next coming week, which is basically a group metabolic recovery. We already talked about inside the masterclass. If you are inside our programs, then it's something that you get included. If you're not inside our program, that's something that come up with a fee of a cost of 299, I believe, euro. And that is basically the lower barrier entry to be able to fix a complex problem that is going to change your life, that you might want to really take into consideration, because chances are, if you're doing any sort of approach and you don't lose weight and you're supposed to lose weight, is either two conditions, it's like two scenarios. Like number one, you're not doing this correctly. Number two is your body not ready to actually go on a diet. And both of which, the second is worse. We're talking about the masterclass. But both of them, if either you're not doing it correctly or you're not ready to lose weight, you need help, right? And the question that's really going on in your mind is like, okay, so should I just do this thing alone, or should I just get help? And some of the things that we face when it comes to parents, like people do not take up programs or coaching system or whatever the case is because they failed in the past, and because they got quote unquote burnt, or they have no idea something is going to work or not, or they have possibly a story inside their mind telling them that they're not going to succeed. And this is why this is kind of like what I want to talk about today. Most people will fail or won't change because unless they really change as a person, right? Because I'm going to tell you that 90% of the industry, even the information is not right, people that really are resourceful usually change, and people that say they want something and then they only do halfway, they don't get to that point. This is why we're running mindset calls all the time, and now I'm coming in with today's video, letting you know that it's going to be another mindset masterclass coming up, free for the program and paid, very low entry as well for the people in the group, because like I said multiple times, I'm no longer willing to just give off free content that you got like now 6 months of. for people not to come to those things or not taking action. And this is directly to the problem that I'm talking about today. Until you keep thinking that a video, much like you're looking at the moment, whether you are in a program or not, will change you as a person, there is a problem. And the problem isn't that it's not going to change you. The problem is that you're not understanding that that's not going to happen. And the problem is because to change, you need specific actions, and you need consistent action, and you need this action to lead to a result, whether it's positive or negative. And then you need to optimize. Much like you've been probably, if you are 40, because I'm 41, you've probably been conditioned to think that way when you were very young, depending who is, what was your support system. If your support system when you're really young, it was positive or negative. But if you've been taught some good things, chances are that for example, like changes doesn't come like in a quick fix or as supplements, right? That hard work pays off, and all this quick fixes or whatever, like you keep seeing, whether it's in wealth or health or relationships, doesn't really reward you unless you're doing some work. And unlike what you've been told, that you can be a millionaire in 2 days because you just do a crypto transaction and all this bullshit, like you realize that that's just is as easy as going to the casino, and hopefully for the red and the white, red or black, right? And again, like, if you get to that, this is how most people see life as well. It's like, oh, I think that I'm putting in the work, but it's not really working for me, this fitness thing, because I tried with coaches, and it's like they start blaming the coach, or they start blaming the system not working. And obviously, sometimes there is some truth in that, because if the system is setting you up to fail because it's not something you can sustain, that would be reflecting the truth. But most of the time it's because the person is not really ready to change. And I'm going to show you why today. Is like obviously the belief system and your pattern and your actions and your results are totally correlated. And the easiest way for me to do that, and I wanted to share this at the moment, is what, obviously, for some of you know who Tony Robbins is. And this is basically what his cycle look like. And obviously, it's simple to understand when you visualize. It's like there is a cycle of success, and everybody that is successful around you, or that you know, or you heard from, or the people that you respect, is because they have a very high self-esteem for themselves, very high belief, very high story, right? The right story creates some patterns, right? And the pattern directly correlates to your potential. Everybody has potentials. Like, if you're not Michael Jordan, chances are you're not going to have the talent and skills to be becoming a super high pro basketball player, but you're definitely going to have a potential to do well in that if you put your actions into it, right? Now, if you think that your potential sucks and you take some actions, and the actions that you take are very weak, that's going to produce a weak results. A weak results reinforce stories and beliefs which are weak, that makes you feel your potential is weak. And as you see, this as a cycle. Unlike this, now let's imagine that you have a very high potential, and you think you're the shit when you're not really. But let's pretend I'm the best in what I'm doing, much like I say that all the time. I take some positive action, relentless action that most people wouldn't take, because let's be fair, in the last 6 months, maybe I have maybe had 4 or 5 days off, completely off, right? So action that not many people would take, because I love my job, because I don't see this as a job, even though I'm working probably easily 12 hours a day. But when you take relentless action, sometimes it's going to produce some good results. Not amazing results all the time, but some good results that is going to reinforce a self-fulfilling prophecy that my mission is great. And when my mission is great, my potential grows. And when my potential grows, my action grows. And that is going to get a bigger result. And that differentiates, my friends, winners from losers. People that actually going to succeed in life, and they frame themselves to succeed, or people that are always going to be the victim, or the person that says, oh, I think that this thing is not going to work for me. This goes to anything you do in life, whether it's a fitness program, a career, relationships, right? You put in your reps, you put in your actions, and they need to be very relentless actions. Like you saw in several of my masterclass, I'm talking about, watering your land, about, the law of the harvest, making sure that you work on your land if you want to grow. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yet your mind is going to be your bigger detriment, and yet your mind sometimes going to be the differentiation between winner and losers. And just know that for a good 90%, I would say, very close to it, if you're not achieving the results and you're not getting to that, is because you either started very positively and now you're losing your mindset a little bit, or even if you're not in this program, if you just try several other programs, you're just like, see, you differentiate people from, like, let's say even friends that you know or successful people, and you say, oh, I wish I was like them because they have found a way, or they have better genetics, or they have better support system, better environment. That might be true, but like, understand that you're in control to change that. And whether is that from a time perspective, whether it's from a logistical perspective, whether it's from the fact that I made the example not so long ago, was like, if it rains outside, it's still your fault. Like, even somebody would say, oh, that's kind of crazy, but it's like, I mean, you can control if you're gonna go with an umbrella, you can control if you want to be in that location, if you want to take a train to go somewhere else, if you want to drive your way around. It's like, there is a lot of things you can control, and when you stop blaming the fact that you feel like you cannot control things, is when your life is going to change. And it's very important for me to talk about those things, because unlike what many people come into this group for and say, oh, I just want the best information, I given you the silver platter information on a masterclass last week, and we had about 10 people coming in, which is like mind-blowing crazy to me, because when we're talking about people over 40 that has hormonal imbalance and they cannot lose weight, we should have to buy more Zoom room for people to be in there, because it's clear that the problem is there. And if you're not showing up, and if you're not watching all the replay, and if you're not commenting, if you're not coming in with clearly understanding, okay, this is me, you're missing the point. Much like I said, it's not an information problem, we have a mindset problem. And I hope that this resonates with you. When it comes to that, I'm going to call out the people that, in my opinion, I already did in the masterclass. So if you haven't heard your name, or you can just go ahead and check that. I'm going to call out the people that, in my opinion, in the program needs this. You have the choice to go with us and do it, or not do it. Obviously, it's included for you. People that I don't personally know yet, and you feel like, based on the masterclass that you watch, that's the case, then you can let me know within a week before we start. And obviously, I'm going to let you know all the details. Comment down on masterclass if you haven't watched it and you want to figure out what it is, because I'm going to tag you what it is. And obviously, we'll get you going from there. I hope this resonates with you. I definitely know that this is part of a huge, huge issue right now. The more we go on, the more we have information, the more we have facilitation to lose weight. And people supposedly getting more information and getting more results. The pattern that I keep seeing is people succeeding less, is people finding tons of excuses, is people feeling like their story is different, is people feeling like, okay, now the body doesn't work anymore. And this is a mind problem. It's like, you're not being resourceful, like you're not living from what we have inside the program, which is the code. If you are in the program watching, go and watch the code inside the getting started part on the website. Those resources are meant for you to be consumed, not just to be there. Watch that mindset video. It talks about, I think it's in the mindset video or in the getting started. It talks about the code. It talks about not only getting resourceful, but it talks about the whole thing, 5 pieces of it. Just look for it and just get going. And hopefully you have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to be in touch with you next week. If you are normally working with Coach Jennifer, she's going to be kind of out of action until the 12th. So if you have a check-in with her and you need help, just let me know myself. I'm going to do my best to follow up with all of you, of the active people in the program, by this weekend or next week, to make sure that we are on track with all the things, that we need to do, the check-ins. And for the rest, hopefully you enjoy. Stay in touch, because there's going to be a bunch of things going on. Mindset call coming up, the metabolic recovery part, and everything else that we might get for you. Coach Jerry here. I wish you an amazing, amazing weekend, and let me know, as always, if you need my help. Bye-bye.